grateful and thankful. Welcome to the Daily Bread Community Love Day. We're going to get back into our wonderful series this morning. And so we're on now the subject matter, a move of God. And a lot of times, I want to show you today, a lot of times people think a move of God has to do with earthquakes, has to do with some type of dramatic appearance. And I'm telling you, a lot of time it's just as smooth and easy as Sunday morning. Sometimes God does something, and again, he told Elijah, I won't be in the thunderstorm or the earthquake, but sometime I'll come in a quiet, still voice. Sometimes God makes his move, and it's so smooth. It's almost like a hen sitting on her eggs. It's just so smooth, and you can tell, like, okay, he's moving. Something's happening. I can just tell. Now, sometimes it feels like somebody just turns on the thermostat and now the air conditioning's coming on. You can just feel something like, okay, it's happening. I can't really see it in the natural, but I know something's going on in the spirit. And I want you to get excited in your life about a move of God. I want you to look at your neighbor and say, I'm waiting for a move of God. Look at your other neighbor. Don't leave him out there. Look at him and say, I'm waiting for a move of God. So let's get down to our text, if you will, this morning. Let's go back to our foundational, Exodus 14, 15, and 16. Exodus 14, 15, and 16. A move of God is today's message, a move of God. Then the Lord said to Moses, why are you crying out to me? Tell the Israelites to move on. Raise your staff and stretch out your hand over the sea to divide the water. Why? So that the Israelites can do what? Go through. So that the Israelites, not part of them, not some of them, but all of them. If you are following God, it is God's purpose and plan for your life that you go through it. Because why? You can't get to it unless you go through it. So again, we got to understand that. We won't be whining, we won't be complaining. We understand that if we want to get to it, we got to go through it. And that is the plan and will of God for all of our lives. I feel like God is punishing me because I'm going through something. No, God is loving you. You just ain't figured that out yet. He wants you to go through this thing because he has a land filled with milk and honey that he wants you to get to, but you got to go through your Red Sea to go through it. So he says, again, so they can go through the sea on dry ground. Look at the same scripture. Let's give them the God's Word translation, if you will. We got the GWT, the God's Word translation. Now here's where it gets good. Verse 19. Once he tells the children of Israel to stop crying, because a lot of time we waste all our time crying about what ain't going right, what's wrong, this, that, and other, and we don't even realize that's what hinder us from what? Moving on. Because we're so busy crying. This ain't right, that ain't right, that ain't right. And what it does, it paralyzes you and leaves you right where you at. So he said, tell the children, stop crying and to move on. Now, as you move on, you're going to have to go through it. Now, it's when you start to go through it, now you get ready to see the move of God. You can only see the move of God when you go through it. Why? Because God is always in the midst of it. Can I get an amen? Yeah, he's not in the beginning of it. He's not at the end of it. He's in the midst of it. So you got to go through this thing. Matter of fact, in Exodus 19, take them to the NIV. Then we'll hit them with the God Words translation. You see the Exodus 19 NIV? Hit them there first, and then we'll hit them with the God Words translation. Look what it says. Now, as they got ready to go ahead and go through it, and they find God in the midst of their situation, verse 19 does something amazing. It says, then the angel of God, who had been traveling in front of Israel's army, withdrew and went behind them. See, now, listen, it says once they start to go through it, because they stopped crying and they were willing to let some things go, now they're going to experience God in the midst of it. Am I talking to somebody this morning? Somebody say he's in the midst of it. Now, once you get in the midst of it, you're like, Lord, I don't know how much I can deal with this. I ain't got a job yet. Things ain't changed yet. My health ain't changed. But remember now, you're still walking by Faith. All right. Now, without faith, it's impossible to please God. So without faith, it's impossible to please God, which tells me with faith, you are pleasing God. You're not whining. You're not complaining. You're moving on and letting some things go. So as you do that and you get in the midst of it, that's when you experience God. See, you don't have to worry about hearing it from your mama, hearing it from your daddy, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin, your best friend. You get a chance to experience God for yourself. Now, once you experience God for yourself and God sees that you're walking by faith and not by sight, then in his 19 it says, and then the angel of God who had been traveling in front of Israel's army withdrew and he went behind. That tells me God is on the move. See, he's so smooth, you don't even know he's moving. That's how smooth he is. See, he already moving before you even see him moving. See, for something to, listen, baby, somebody could be out of a job today. Let's say you get a call on tomorrow being Monday and say, hey, are you still interested? Yes, I am. When can you come in? I can come in and start on next Monday. Great, we'll see you then. Oh, my God. Won't he do it? God had blessed me with a job. You called him on Monday. Baby, God had done that on Friday. He had already started moving. See, you got to start praising God when you don't see. That's why he wanted all of them to go through the red. All right. That was not by accident. That was by design so they could see. Right. Sometimes we are so blind about the move of God. You think you got the job on Monday, baby. You got the call. You got the job on Friday. You didn't know God had already started moving. Look at your neighbor and say, he's moving in my life. He's moving in my life. He's moving in my life. Just because I don't see it don't mean he ain't moving. He's moving. He's been traveling in front of Israel's army. Now he withdrew. I told you last week, that's okay to tell people, you know what, I feel like God has left me. Now, when we say it, we take it from a whole other level. We feel like he left, grabbed his bags, and walked away. No, he withdrew because he's changing positions. He's changing positions. He's changing positions. Now, you can hit him now with the God's Word translation. Hit him with the GW translation. That was the NIV. Same verse. Then the angel of God who had been traveling in front of Israel's army, again, withdrew and went behind them. Why? Because at one point, watch this, he was leading you. Now, he's protecting you. Huh? So when he withdrew, you're like, I feel like God has left me. Baby, God ain't left you. He just ain't leading you no more. He's protecting you now. See, we give him no credit about the protection. I just feel like God is leading me to my next job, to my blessed place. Yeah, but what about the time he been protecting you? What about that? See, we don't bring that up. I ain't never heard about it. I just know God is protecting me right now. You say, how do I know when God protected me? Anybody who been out of a job for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, even a year, and you still somehow or another got your bill paid, please stand up for the congregation so people can see what God is doing. Look around, 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 look around. Look at he over there like this here. Yeah, what? She over there like, yeah, what? She ready, yeah, what? He been protecting them. Anybody who walked around here and put gas in your car on Friday somehow still went to where you go on Saturday and Sunday, got to work the whole week and said, how in the world did that 10 stretch? If anybody been there, please stand to your feet, because I know I done been there before. Like, how in the world? He protected me. He ain't lead me. He protected me. That's the type of God we got. What you've experienced is a move of God. God is moving. He's moving. So now it says here that he withdrew and went behind them. Watch this. The pillar. Don't miss this. The pillar. We could have easily read it and says, and the cloud also moved. No, it said what it said because we serve an intentional God, not an accidental God. He's intentional. It says the pillar of God also moved from in front and stood. I love that when it said it stood, which means he ain't moving. I told you last week, the reason he ain't moving, because now he's giving you plenty of time to get to moving. You're not hearing what I'm saying, church. The pillar. Somebody say the pillar. Now, when you see the word pillar, it could have said just a little cloud moving. No, this is a pillar, a column, something very long and something very tall. Because it's guiding them. It's leading millions of people. So it must be long enough and tall enough so the people way in the back can still see it. You got it? See, God does everything intentional. So now this big old tall pillar is leading all these millions of people now. And all of a sudden they see the pillar moving. And now it moves and get behind them. Watch this. Somebody say the pillar. Now, for anybody who got a house or seen a house or been by somebody who got a house, everybody, if you got one, you going to have a pillar. It's called the front porch. And what it's doing is holding the structure up. Anybody who got a living room, anybody got a den, anybody got a game room, meeting room, you also might have some pillars that holds the entire foundation up. Now, I want you to notice something. Notice that the pillar had shifted. So we talked about last week, the message. If you wasn't here, go on our website and check out last week's message because it was called a major shift. God is always shifted. And see, just like a car, if anybody drive a standard, everybody used to automatic. But when you got a standard, you got to know how to shift. First gear, second gear, third gear. Bring it on home, baby. Right, you got to know how to drive. God is a bad driver. But you got to know how to move when he's shifting. Anybody drive an 18-wheeler? You got to know how to drive, baby. You got to know how to shift them gears, get them clutches, or you'll burn a whole engine out. So it says, watch this here. It says, notice that the pillar has shifted or changed stance in response to danger. So this church, I want you to always know, because again, this is one of the best churches on the face of the earth. When you feel like God has left you, no, now he's what? Protecting you. There's some danger you can't see that's coming, and that's why he's on the move. Got it? All right. Now, this pillar, there's three moves of God. I want you to focus here. There's three moves of God. We'll be on the last one next week. It says, then the angel of God, who had been traveling in front of the army, withdrew and went behind. So one move, two moves. Then watch this. Then it says the pillar of cloud also moved from in front of them and then stood behind them. Here's why. He went from front to behind, and next week you're going to see that he comes between. You're missing it. You're missing it. See, there's some things that you need to get rid of that you don't seem to see it, you don't want to, or it's bigger and stronger than what you can do. So he says, I'll tell you what, I'll get in between it. I'm talking to somebody this morning. Look at your neighbor and say, he going to come between that thing. He going to come between that thing. I need you to come between my debt, my past, my enemy, whatever it is, I need you to come between that. Even some haters around me I thought was my friend, I need you to come between that. The pillar is never decorative. It's never nothing pretty. Like, nobody come to your house and go, oh, that's a very nice pillar right there. Nobody acknowledges that. No one does that. But it has a function first. It has a function. You don't move a pillar unless the structure itself is being repositioned. So when the pillar moves, you don't realize that you're being repositioned. I say, God, you bad. He said, you just not find that out. Yeah, anybody who knows anything about handiwork or building homes, when you move that pillar, you change the whole structure of the house now. A pillar has 4 core functions. If any of my students want to take some notes, you can write this down. A pillar has 4 core functions. First of all, a pillar bears weight. It bears weight. It bears all the weight of the roof. It bears weight of how all the walls are joined together. That pillar is held together. It bears all the weight. A pillar carries pressures others can't. It takes the load off the structure. That's why you don't see how the walls all cracking and all that. The pillar holding it. It would crack, but it can't because the pillow won't let it. I'm going to say it again. It could crack, and it would crack, but the pillar won't let it. Look at your neighbor and say, he won't let it. Yeah, and if you got that figured out, you the house. You the structure. And Lord knows you want to crack quick, fast, in a hurry. Because when the pressure of life hits you, yeah, people go, oh, yeah, I see that crack running all down your wall. But that pillar is taking all the load and all the pressure. Here's why. Because what the pillar does, it prevents the structure from collapsing. Oh, the enemy wants you to collapse. But the pillar say, I ain't going to let it happen. See, Israel was under excruciating, crushing pressure. They had fear. They had the weight of financial responsibility. Remember now, these people was just slaves the other day. Talk back to me. They were just slaves, working a minimum wage, unemployment. You add it. Ain't too much change for 2026. They had family pressure. They had marriage pressure. They had health pressure. They had past issues. All those things were coming up to put them back in bondage. And that's why he started shifting. See, God doesn't remove the pressure first. He positions himself to carry it. Notice, he didn't ask them to do what? Nothing. He just started moving. He didn't ask them, oh, y'all stop. I need y'all to do this. I need y'all to do this here. No, I just need y'all to continue to walk by. That's all I need y'all to do, continue to walk by faith. I'll reposition myself because I got something planned for this structure. And I'm going to make sure that the pressures of the world won't crack it. Watch this, watch this, watch this. God starts to move this second thing he does. A pillar defines space and order. A pillar defines space and order. Follow me here. In one of our houses we had a big room. Somebody say a big room. But we wanted more rooms, but we didn't want to buy another house. This young man already read my mind. We said, we ain't getting another house. I don't want to buy another house, but we need some more room. So we decided to go ahead and put some pillars in there and separated this room from, y'all not hearing what I'm saying. We serve a God that when he become a pillar, he starts to make room in your life. That young lady gets it and she's like, yeah, that makes kind of sense. I caught you. Yeah. We asking God for so much. Give me this, give me that. God said, you don't need that. You just need me to be a pillar in your life, and baby, I'll give you more room. So now we got a living room and a dining room. Came out of what? Same room. What y'all do? Put a pillar in that sucker. He put a pillar in there. So he defines space and order. That's what God does. So architecturally, what he does is he marked boundaries. Once I put the pillar in here, this is no longer the living room. This is now the dining room. You can go in and eat in here now. Why? The pillar defines it now. Here's the ending point. Here's the beginning point. End of this room, but the beginning of this room. I'm telling you, he can make all things. I'm telling you, that's the God we serve. Not only does he mark boundaries, he defines where movement is allowed. Like I said, watch this. If I got two pillars here, this tells you this is a dining room. Now, this is a living room. So when you got your plate over here, you can't keep walking over here. See, so it defines the what? Boundaries. How far you can go in my space. Oh, you're not hearing what I'm saying. When you got God, he'll define how far people can go in your life. When you getting ran over this, that, and the other, you need to check your pillar, baby, because it should be defined how far people can go. Look at your neighbor and say, ain't he all right? So he marked boundaries. He defined where movement is allowed. And then thirdly, what he does again, he separates one area from another. Here's church, you understand. You got to be okay with the pillar separating one place from another. It's okay. It's okay. Stop trying to put everybody in the same room. Y'all not. Hello, good morning to you. Stop trying to put everybody in the same room. I'm going to use me. I'm going to use me. You can't put daddy and mama, husband and wife in the same room. They're different rooms. There ain't no, oh, you want me to pick between my parents and you? See, it sounds raggedy, don't it? Here's the problem. We ain't supposed to be in the, anybody dealing with a marriage, you got stepkids, this, that, and other. They got their own, talk back to me. Everybody got their own room, so it's your fault that you got this big room and you want everybody to just get along. No, they need to, you go to what? Your room, and you go to what? Talk back to me. Look at your neighbor and say, let it make room. Yeah, what you putting everybody in there? If you want me to pick between you and my kids, see, it's already bad. They ain't got no business being in the same room. You gonna let me, your kids, your daddy, your mama, everybody sleep in the same? You not. Y'all take this room. We gonna take that. Lord, what am I supposed to do? He said, easy. Put the pillars in now and start making different rooms. Your friends in one room, your dad and mom in one room, your husband and wife in another room, your kids in another room. What are you doing? But you want everybody to get along. No, that's your fault. Put them in different rooms. Am I talking to anybody this morning? Somebody look at your neighbor and say, I got to start making rooms. I got to start making rooms. Maybe that's why everybody not getting along. You put everybody in the same room. Anybody had a funeral? Anybody had a wedding? You say, oh, where you sitting, Uncle Charlie? Oh, please don't sit him next to Aunt what's called. That is not going to work. Put him at another table. Watch it. I love Aunt Reuben. I love Uncle Charlie, but they can't be sitting at the same. Talk back to me. Make room. Somebody say make room. Right, you got to make room. Don't put them people in there. It's not going to work. When God moves, he doesn't change situations. He rearranges boundaries. He didn't change the situation, even us. He didn't change the situation. He just removed the boundaries. You need boundaries. That's all. You need boundaries. That's all. He's not going to change the situation, but he will rearrange the room. And boy, won't that make a difference? You sit here and you sit there and watch everybody get along just fine. Huh? A pillar stabilizes what's in danger of shifting. See, if we don't put the pillar there that creates the space and the order, it'll start shifting the structure. All of a sudden, your party's bad. All of a sudden, y'all had a bad reception. All of a sudden, this went wrong. Because why? You didn't allow the pillar to stabilize this, what could shift. It was good until Uncle Charlie said that. They're right. And it shifted everything. You can tell when the room changes. You can tell. You can tell. So a pillar stabilizes what's in danger of shifting. And when a structure, watch this, is stressed, pillars keep things from buckling. That's a relationship, that's finances, that's a marriage. A pillar will create that relationship from buckling. And see, you're like you're carrying something. You say, hold up, let me get my bearing, because why? I'm buckling. And we know what come before dropping it? Buckling. You say, hold up, give me a minute, sit it down. Right, because if not, I'm going to drop it. I'm going to drop my finances, I'm going to drop this relationship, I'm going to drop this marriage, I'm going to drop it because I'm already what? Buckling. I'm buckling, baby. I don't mean, okay, you better watch it because I'm going to let it go. And I need some help. I need you to give me that pillar. So it keeps things from buckling. It prevents sudden collapse. And it holds alignment and agreement. Oh, I'm going to say that again. The pillar holds things in alignment and agreement. When finances start to buckle, it's because there's no alignment and no agreement. When marriages and relationships start to buckle, there's no alignment and there's no agreement. Let me get my bearings so we can get back in what? Alignment. So we can start what? Agreeing. Okay, I got my foot now. We can walk now. We can move this thing. We got to get back to that now. Normally when there's any arguments or any fights, y'all ain't in alignment no more. That's all it is. That's all it is. It ain't that deep. It ain't enough to quit and give up and give out. It ain't that deep. See, the example is Israel was emotionally and spiritually unstable. Pharaoh's still on their tracks now. Now, the problem is, just like us, they don't see God moving. They don't see him moving, just like we don't either. Girl, let me tell you how bad my life is. Right. Instead of saying, God, I know you're on the move. I know you're moving in my life. We don't do that. We start whining, complaining. So they are emotionally and spiritually unstable. Complaining, panicking, easily triggered, looking backwards instead of looking forward. Always, at the end of the day, reverting back and never letting it go. Overthinking situations, overanalyzing it, seeing what's really not there at all, thinking negatively about everything. You're emotionally and spiritually unstable. Even when your faith is shaky, God is not just a way maker. When he shifts, he's a load bearer. He's not just we know our God, he's a way maker, but he's also a load bearer. Remember now, he was a way maker. He was leading the way. He left from being leading the way to become a load bearer. I wish I had somebody. When the weight of the world get in your life, baby, you're going to need him to shift from making a way to bearing this load. Next point. A pillar supports what's being built next. A pillar supports what's being built next. It ain't built next, but the minute you start putting a pillar, you about to do, say, what you about to do now? When I put that pillar, I build on top of that. Whatever that is, I'm building something next. So when he starts to moving, he's moving the pillar. He's about to build something new now. Are you with me? So when he starts building something new, he moves a pillar, and he moves a pillar. You only move a pillar only, watch this, when construction is in transition. I'm going to say it again. You only move a pillar when construction is in transition. So when he started to move the pillar, what they didn't know is they had already started to begin the construction. He was already making things new, and they didn't even know it. Could it be that God is already making things new in your life and you don't even know it? You so caught in your pity party, you complaining, and you didn't even realize the move of God is already happening, baby. So construction is already being done. Something old is no longer sufficient. Something new is about to rise up. He already building it. Your deliverance is about to be structured permanently and be put in place, no longer temporary. See, sometimes he'll let you go through something temporary just so he can put something in. Talk back to me. Big Mom was right. Trouble don't last. Yeah, he'll let you go through something temporary while he's building something permanently. So though it look ugly and you just grab a piece of wood and tat, 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 tat. Say, what's that holding it up there? I'm building something permanent, baby. Because in time, when I build it permanent, I'm going to remove this raggedy stuff. I'm going to remove it. Look at your neighbor and say, he's going to remove it. Yeah, he's going to remove it. He's going to remove it. God moves the pillar because, why? Confusion and lack is about to end. Confusion and lack is about to end. And love, grace, and freedom is about to begin. Confusion and lack is about to end, and love and grace is what? About to begin. Look at your neighbor and say, he's about to begin it. He's about to begin it. He's about to begin it. Pillars aren't supposed to move. They are symbols of permanence, stability, and reliability. And what a pillar in your house is there for permanence, stability, and reliability. But a move of God is not God being uncertain. It's God being intentional. When God starts to move, it's not time for you to be uncertain. Just know he's doing something intentional. You just can't see it. God is on the move. Somebody say God's on the move. So watch this now. God moves from guide to guardian to the pillars, creating new direction. He went before them, being direction, to going from behind them, being protection. He goes from direction to protection. He goes from direction to protection. He goes from before them to behind them. Notice there's a major shift from path to finding the load bearing, from leading the way to holding the wall. He goes from leading the way to now he's holding the wall. The wall. Let's focus on that real quick. He's holding the wall. Let's focus on that real quick. Sometimes the move of God isn't in front of, sometimes the move of God is not just in front of you to open doors. Sometimes it's there to close the access. Sometimes a lot of problems in your life is you've allowed some people to have too much access. And they literally will worry the hell out of you. I'm telling you what I know. I ain't telling you what I heard. Watch this now. God now, when he's up here, he's the pillar. When he gets back here, he's the wall. He's stopping anything now from coming to you now. Are you seeing this? He becomes the wall. Now watch this now. When he becomes the wall, he absorbs all impact from the outside. In order for them to get to you, they got to break down the wall. Ain't going to do it. Ain't going to do it. So he absorbed impact from outside forces. Your enemy will hit the presence of God before it reaches you. When God moves, he doesn't always remove the threat. He inserts himself in the structure. I thought that was amazing. Because we always ask God, take this away. He said, no, I'm not going to take it away. How about if I just get up in there? I was like, that's fine with me. It reminded me of the story of the 3 Hebrew boys when the Bible says the king said, did I not throw 3 of them up in that fiery furnace? He said, yeah, king, yeah, you sure did. He said, how is it I see 4 and one of them looked like the Son of God? See, God wasn't going to take them out the fire. He just figured I'd just get up in there with them. And the Bible said they wasn't burned at all. Came out with not even a stench of smoke up on them. Because why? God was in there. God had become the wall that protected them while they were in there. So you got to remember now, when Jesus told Peter, he said, son, Satan desired to sift you as wheat, but I've prayed for you that your faith fail you not. And when you return, strengthen your brethren. Satan wants you, but instead of me removing it, I'm going to get up in there with you. And when I get up in there with you, you're going to come out more stronger. So when you do come back, you better tell everybody, God for real. God is real, baby. God can do it. But you wouldn't be able to do that had I not got up in there with you, because I'm always in the midst of it. Are you with me? I'm almost there. As the old preacher said, if I get ready to take my seat. God is restructuring something in your life. I want you to know that, brother, sister, wifey. I want you to know that. God is restructuring something in your life. Watch this. Israel is not just escaping Egypt. They're becoming ready for the promised land. How many times we say, Lord, if you could just get me out of this. He said, stop being a slave mentality and worry about escaping. How about worry about becoming what I got for you? That's what the whole journey was for. The journey was not about escaping from their past. It was about becoming ready for their future. So if God is restructuring something, he got to get you ready for what he has for you. Look at your neighbor and say, he got something better. Before God lives in the structure, he supports it. He's always with you. But we don't see him all the time. A move of God isn't about chaos. It's about construction. It's not about chaos. I just feel like my life is crazy right now and I don't understand it. Right, you think it's chaos. Baby, I'm telling you up under new management. It's a whole new construction thing going on. Now, when it is construction, you've seen it, whether it be a house, whoever built the house, whether it be a road, whether it be a building, is it not messy? Is it not dusty and dirty and orange cones and tape, what? Everywhere. It's under construction, baby. Why? God is building something what? New. And it's only till all the tape is moved and all the dust is gone, and now you go, oh, now I see what God was doing. And what God was doing was building you to become something better than what he already had for you. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, get excited about a move of God. And according to the clock, that's my time. I thank you for yours. Can we get a little bit?